Chosen ones, I have a secret about your silence that will change your life in the next 7 seconds. This isn't just a hunch, it's a personal revelation from me to you, and it hints at a reward bigger than you can imagine. If you skip this, you'll miss the only chance to get what's rightfully yours. They can't take your silence any longer. They can't believe you didn't call them again. Pay close attention, because what you're about to learn will affect the rest of your life. You might miss a moment that could change your heart, your direction, or even your peace if you turn away now. There is something in your silence. It's louder than anything you've ever said and can reach places words could never. People who thought you would chase, explain, or come back are now upset that you chose to be still instead. It's not a mistake or a sign of weakness. You can't see the results of this move yet because it was made by a deeper hand. There is more going on than just them, so stay with this. It's also about what I'm doing inside you. To agree, type Amen. They knew right away when you stopped reaching out to them. There was a space where they had to sit with their actions, words and silence, even if they tried to act strong on the outside. They used to not notice when you were there, but now they feel like they can't get away from your absence. It's not a punishment to be quiet. It makes things clear and shows truths that were hidden when the connection was noisy. Let me show you that sometimes taking a step back is the only way to show someone what they lost. Don't think too little of what's going on right now. The silence is working in ways you can't see. Even though it seemed like nothing was changing, they were slowly and deeply changing inside. They keep thinking about what they said, what they did, and what they didn't give you when you were there. The strength of not reacting is shown here, as well as the wisdom of picking peace over chasing. Being quiet didn't cost you anything. You got a handle on your spirit and your direction. Please take a moment to show your support by giving this video a like. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Your small action has a lot of power and helps this reach more people who need the same clarity. Being quiet is not a sign of weakness. It's disciplined work that is guided by a goal. You used to try to make things work so that people could talk to each other and keep the connection alive. Your step back has now made it possible for the truth to come to the surface because they were used to your hard work, care, and consistency. They can't believe you never called them again. The thing they never got was how strong you had to be to finally stop. Press 777. If you believe in Jesus, I led you to this quiet place for a reason. It wasn't to keep you away from other people, but to keep your heart and energy safe. You gave too much to people who weren't ready for it. You were putting too much into places that couldn't hold it. You're not just making them feel bad by being quiet. On top of that, it heals you. It's giving you time to relax, think, and get back in touch with what's important. They don't understand why you kept quiet, because you broke a pattern they thought would never end. They thought you would always be there, always reach out, and always come back. They have to face something they have been avoiding for a long time now, that you are gone. This isn't about getting even. It has to do with revelation. It's about showing them the value they missed while you were there. Really understand this. You didn't leave empty-handed. You were shown the way. Every bit of silence could be seen. It was important to be restrained at all times. I have been with you the whole time, making you stronger when things were hard. Keep in mind the times you felt weak. You're not the only one who feels this way. Sometimes it seems quiet, but that doesn't mean there is nothing there. It is in line. They can feel the change now, and it makes them feel uneasy. They used to feel safe when they were with you, but now they have questions they can't answer. It makes them wonder why you didn't come back, try again, or chase like you did before. They don't understand that your silence is the answer. It's the line that keeps your peace and recognizes your worth. Now is a powerful time for you to learn something that most people will never understand. Not every situation needs a response. And not every person is worth your time. Doing nothing is sometimes the strongest thing you can do. That nothing isn't just empty space. It's strength. It gives you knowledge and safety. You are also getting ready for something bigger by being quiet. Giving up on things that aren't meant for you makes room for things that are meant to find you. You are being moved, redirected, and improved. The quiet won't last forever. It's the changeover. It's the place where you can grow without being interrupted. They are beginning to feel the effects of things they used to ignore. They are learning lessons from not having you around that your words could never teach them. You don't need to watch over or manage this. It's happening naturally, and you have no idea how it's being guided. There may be times when you're not sure if you should reach out again. Remember why you took a step back at that time. Think back to the patterns, the imbalance, and how you felt when you gave more than you got. Your silence isn't just about them. It's about being kind to yourself. In this quiet place, I'm making you stronger. I'm showing you that you don't have to chase things that aren't in line with your goals. You are learning that your worth doesn't depend on what other people think of you. Your silence shows how much you've grown, how much you know, and how much you trust in something bigger. Type 1 Rozozo. So many people say this CIA ritual changed their lives in just 7 seconds. If you believe that, then explain that. This CI method that got out is strong and works. 4 neuroscience labs back up a short brainwave technique that is helping regular people go from being broke to rich. It's getting easier to get the homes, cars, and trips of your dreams. But this video might be taken down at any time. If you want to see the link, click it now before it's gone. You need to understand that you did not force this to happen. They happened when you finally paid attention and took a step back. Before, you had to keep things alive, even though it was hard on you. The truth stands on its own now that you've let go of that weight. That thing they tried to avoid is now in front of them because you are gone. When silence says what words couldn't, this is what happens. There is also a change going on inside you. It's deeper than you might think at first. You are learning to be calm without asking other people for help. You are learning to be with yourself without looking for approval or a way to end things. This kind of growth can't be sped up or stopped. The silence you chose is making you stronger, so that you don't need other people to feel whole. They are now questioning everything, even things they used to take for granted. That you showed up, cared, and stayed even though it would have been easier to leave, is what they remember. What they didn't see back then is becoming clear now. But because you're not there, the time has changed. You're not where you were before you gave so much of yourself. Even though it was quiet, you have moved forward. This is where a lot of people want to break the silence and open up things that have already been closed. But you need to remember what you've learned. You will end up in the same place of confusion and imbalance if you keep doing the same thing. Being steady, even when your feelings want to go in a different direction, is what is making you stronger right now. Putting your heart aside is not the point. It has to do with keeping it safe. To be sure, type 555. They are also starting to understand something else. Even though they don't want to say it yet. They know that your silence isn't anger. Let's accept it. It's the time when you picked peace over conflict and clarity over chaos. They don't like this realization because it means you have truly let go of what used to connect you. They don't believe it because they didn't think you'd get this far. Things had to change for you to become different from the person you used to be. You've changed the way you see things because of things that happened to you. You now understand what is good for you and what is not. This growth didn't happen by accident, it was planned. Every moment of silence helped you become someone who chooses peace over chaos. They can feel the distance now in a way they never could when you were there. They could talk to you while you were there, and it made them feel better knowing that you would answer. Now that they can't get in, they don't know what to do with the empty space. This isn't something you need to fix or answer. They need to figure it out on their own. Also, Your silence is making a boundary where there wasn't one before. Making this move shows that you will not settle for less than what you deserve. This line is not too strict. It has to be done. When you do this, you protect your energy, time, and mental health. Without it, you would keep giving without getting and staying the same without growing. There will be times when you want to tell them why you chose this path and explain yourself. But please understand this: your silence already says a lot about you. It tells them everything they need to know without saying a word. Some people might not get it right away, but that doesn't mean it's not clear. You are following my lead for a reason. There is more than one link here. It's meant to show you how to move forward in all parts of your life. This is meant to show you that you don't have to force things to go the way they should. It's meant to remind you that your peace is more important than short-term comfort. In the end, they might try to reach out to you. It might not always be with the words you expect, but they can't help but be interested. You will know what to do when that time comes. Your attention is not on them until then, though. You are responsible. Because of the life you're making, the peace you're keeping, and the strength you're getting. This quiet isn't making doors shut. Which doors were never meant to stay open are becoming clear. It helps you see clearly without anything getting in the way. Getting rid of what wasn't certain lets the certain things come into your life without any problems. You are being made stronger because you need to be ready for something. If you're feeling lonely, don't think that you made the wrong choice. Sometimes silence is heavy, but it's not empty. As you read it, you will grow, heal, and understand. It means making a place for yourself where you can really hear yourself and get back in touch with your purpose. Your silence is helping you grow, and they are learning while you are away. They're both important, but they're not the same. They are trying to figure out what happened while you move forward. The distance you feel now comes from this difference. Going backward is not the right way to end it. Trust what's going on even if you can't see the whole picture yet. Step by step. This is how things are going to happen. Every time you're alone, there's a bigger plan that will lead you to something better. Right now, you might not fully understand it, but in time you will. Staying quiet won't hurt you in any way. You are becoming more clear, strong, and sure of your path. As you move forward, you will no longer be defined by how other people react to you. Being strong, smart, and moving with purpose are all things you are becoming. What is the real secret behind the 7-second brain technique that's making people rich? A shocking CIA leak has shown a short brain ritual that helps regular people get rid of debt and bring in a lot of money. 4 neuroscience labs have confirmed that this at-home method can help people who are stressed about money live better lives. It's becoming possible to buy homes, cars, and vacations. But this could be taken away at any time by the government. Before it's taken down, click the link in the description and comments. Now you're starting to feel a different kind of strength. There is now something calm and steady that wasn't there before. It's not very loud. There is no force. But it is true and based in reality. Being strong means you don't have to chase after things that used to drain you. It comes from realizing that leaving wasn't a failure. It was in line. When there is silence, the peace you feel is a sign that you are on the right track. They can't fully explain what's bothering them because they aren't used to dealing with it. People were at ease when you took on the emotional load, kept things moving, or filled the silence. You are no longer responsible for that. And they have to deal with what they ignored before. Everything changes with this shift. They sometimes play back your last interactions to try to figure out what changed, even if it happens quietly. They look for clues they missed, words they got wrong, and moments they didn't think much of. You don't need to lead this reflection. It's a natural process. Your silence has made room for them to see clearly, without any distractions. That's something they have to figure out on their own. To get blessings, type 222. There may be times when your heart softens and memories try to pull you back to the way things were. This makes sense because you care a lot as a person. Don't let those times take your attention away from the truth you already know. Remember how you felt when you gave more than you received, when you put in more effort than you got back. Do not forget that you are silent. It's the right choice. You are getting stronger in your ability to stay put in this space. It's not easy. I can see the times when it feels heavy. You are making something stronger inside you every time you decide not to speak up for the wrong reasons. You are learning to believe in your own growth, stand up for yourself, and value yourself. They are beginning to understand that you won't be quiet for long. They might have thought at first that you would come back and reach out like before. But as time goes on, they can see that something has changed for real. They are most upset about this realization because it means they can't depend on things that used to feel certain. The fact that you keep quiet shows them that this is real. Not to make a point, but for no other reason. It may seem that way to them, but you're doing this because it's what you need to do to keep your peace. At some point, you realize that keeping things the same would only make things worse and cause more pain. It wasn't just them who had to step back. You had to make a choice about yourself that you hadn't made before. You should never feel bad about this choice. There is a quiet change going on in your life right now. Something that gets you ready for new connections and experiences. You can make room for what is when you let go of what isn't aligned. You have made a space here that is not empty. It's all set. You are ready for something that fits your growth, energy, and direction. In places they didn't expect. They are noticing your absence. There are times when they think of you. When they talk about certain things, your name comes to mind. There's no need for you to answer this. They need to understand this. Your silence has taken on a life of its own and speaks for itself. It's getting them to think about things in ways they didn't before. During this time, don't let guilt cloud your mind. When you choose to keep the peace, you don't have to worry about how other people feel. When you were there, you did your part and gave more than enough. Now is the time for you to get clear, find peace, and grow without being pulled back into things that don't help you. Now is the time for you to align. During this whole process, I will be by your side at all times. I am there even when it seems quiet or uncertain. Your silence doesn't mean you're apart. It means being linked to something bigger. This is making it easier for you to hear my guidance and feel my presence more deeply. This is where your strength comes from. They might finally get it, where they understand everything and know exactly what your silence meant. You will have gone further along your path by then, though. If you keep growing while they think, you will not be in the same place. This difference is what makes the distance, and it has to be there. They are not going away. You're letting go of something that wasn't meant to stay. There is a difference, and it is important. When you lose something, you feel bad about it, but when you let go, you understand. You're not holding on to something that might not be there. You're letting go of things that can't grow with you. Today is a day of gain, not loss. Keep letting your silence lead you. It should keep you from going back to things you've already grown out of. That will help you remember how strong you are and how clear your mind is. This is not the end of the link. It's the start of something that fits better. You will start to see that what seemed hard at first was actually necessary as you go along. The silence that used to be heavy is now what you stand on. You learn how to be strong, make smart decisions, and move with purpose. It will make sense to you in the long run why this moment had to happen the way it did. Is it time to do the same secret CIA trick that changes lives in an instant? A study backed by the CIA that was recently leaked shows a 7-second money ritual that changes people overnight. 4 neuroscience labs have shown that it changes the way you think so that you naturally attract money. People who used to be poor now live in fancy homes, drive brand new cars, and travel. However, this secret might not last for long. Click on the title and comments right now before they are taken away. Not having you around is no longer a mystery. It sets the tone. It means drawing a line through the things you stopped carrying that were never yours. It's not easy for them to understand this. However, you both need to do it. To claim miracles, type 1212. You are becoming more like the version of yourself that doesn't need constant reassurance from other people. You're slowly building up a quiet confidence. Something that doesn't need to be said or explained. It shows in the way you pick peace over anger. In the way you let things happen instead of trying to make them happen. Being sure of yourself doesn't happen overnight. Your character is shaped by times like these, when you choose to stay still, when you want to reach out. You can't lose this growth. Things that they used to ignore are starting to weigh on them, and it's not easy to shake off. They've had time to think and time to get clear because of the silence. They are seeing patterns, figuring out what they lost, and seeing where they failed. However, you only understand this after the fact, after you have already moved on. They can't change this, which is why your silence is so strong. There was a time when you would handle things quickly and try to fix them before they had a chance to settle down. You are now different, and that makes everything around you different too. You are no longer just reacting based on how you feel. You are aware of how you are moving. Being aware of this keeps you from doing things again that you have grown out of. It tells you to stay where you feel at peace. even if your feelings want to pull you away. Fill out type 2 to get blessings. It's okay if you don't always feel strong in this silence. Don't judge yourself for that. Being strong doesn't mean you'll never want to go back. It means you decide not to do something about it when it doesn't help you. Sometimes memories are close to your heart and make you feel better. When you want to know what would happen if you tried again, you have worked hard to grow. But every time you stop and choose stillness, you make it stronger. This is how long-lasting change is made. The people around you are starting to understand that your silence isn't just to keep something important inside you, but also to create space for yourself. It's about keeping your peace and not letting chaos come back where there is now clarity. They may take a while to understand this, but they are getting there. They are making sure that your absence isn't a mistake. It was done on purpose, and they can't ignore the meaning of that intention. You are also getting ready for something that needs this much strength and clarity. When you say no to things that aren't certain, you make room for things that are stable and real. This getting ready is going on in the background, just like your growth. It doesn't need praise or attention. It just needs to be consistent. And every time you decide not to go back, you build that consistency. You are feeling more at peace right now, something that is hard to shake. It's not based on what's going on or how people treat you. Your sense of what you deserve and what you will not accept is at the heart of it. This peace is what you're building on, and you must protect it at all costs. It's more valuable than short-term comfort and more significant than routines. They are also noticing changes in the people around them. Your silence has caused a change that is forcing them to grow, think, and see things differently, even if they don't fully understand them. That is not something you need to handle or manage. The events are happening naturally and are part of a process that has nothing to do with you. It's important that you stay focused on your own path. Do not think that their realization is a reason to come back. It doesn't mean that things have changed just because they start to understand. What has happened can't be undone by their growth. It might make people aware, but that doesn't mean they can rebuild what was lost. You need to keep your feet on the truth you already know. This is how you keep from going through the same cycle again. There is a reason I am leading you through this, even when it seems quiet or uncertain. There is something in this silence. It gives you direction. It lets you hear what's really important, to see what was once hidden, and to feel what is real. This is where it gets clearer how you're connected to me, where you learn more and more. You're not the only one who feels this way. They are starting to understand that your silence is permanent in a way they did not expect, even when it seems quiet around you. Because it is clear, not because it is angry or proud. It is strong because it is clear and can't be shaken easily. It doesn't go away over time. Something that gets stronger as you hold on to it for longer. This is what makes reacting different from deciding. You're not blocking people from getting in touch with you. The things you let into your life shape you. There is a difference, and you might not understand how important it is. When you let go of something that wasn't helping you, You make room for something that will. This isn't about being alone. It has to do with alignment. It's about making a life that shows how much you've learned and grown. There will come a time when you fully understand why there is silence. It will no longer feel heavy. It will seem important. Everything will make sense to you now. You'll know why you had to take a step back and let go. Once you understand that, you will feel at peace that you can't lose. It will let you know that you made the right choice, even though it was hard. Why does the government want to keep this 7-second brain ritual a secret so badly? A major CIA leak has shown that there is a short-term brain practice that helps regular people get out of debt and into wealth. With help from 4 neuroscience labs, this easy home method is making people who are having money problems live better lives. It is now possible to buy new homes, cars, and go on vacations. But this secret could be found out at any time. Before it goes away, click the link in the description and comments. Do not stop believing in what you have learned until that time comes. Continue to follow the rules you've set. Keep going forward, and don't look back for answers that don't matter anymore. You're not being held back by your silence. It's moving you forward. It's leading you to something better, more clear, and more in line with who you have become. No matter how much time goes by, they are still trying to figure out what happened. At first, they might have thought this distance was only temporary and would go away like all the other ones. Now, though, they can see that this time is different, that something has changed and can't be changed back. It's like your silence is a message they can't ignore. And it makes them see things they didn't see before. When you understand something like this, you can't rush it or force it. It can only come true. You are now more aware than ever before, which changes how you react to everything. Now you don't have to explain your choices to people who didn't value your time when you gave it to them for free. At this point, you feel calm, feeling stable because you know you made the right choice. There's no need to prove that you're calm. The thing you carry is quiet. It's clear in the way you walk, think, and choose peace over anger. To agree, type amen. Sometimes your heart still thinks about the good old days. You shouldn't fight against that. I remember those times because they helped shape you into the person you are today. They can't pull you back, though, unless you let them. Even though the memories make you feel like you're back where you started, you are not emotionally. You have changed from the person you used to be when you were uncertain. Now they understand that your silence isn't about holding on to the past, but about moving on without it. It may take a while to understand this, but it's getting clearer over time. If you don't wait, hesitate, or look back for something to start over, they can tell that you are not one of those people. The fact that you chose to keep going is what makes your silence so strong. It doesn't mean nothing. It does something in its own way. During this experience, I am shaping your path in ways that you can't see right now. There is more than one reason for this silence. It's meant to get you ready for a life that needs strength and wisdom. You are becoming more aware of what fits with you and what doesn't. You will remember this lesson for a long time after this moment is over. Before you even have to make a choice, it will help you make one. They might want to talk to you to break the silence and find out what happened. What you will do, though, will not be the same as it was before, even if that time comes. Now you're not driven by the need to fix or connect at all costs. Clear thinking, peace, and a better sense of what's right for you lead you. This is what makes your point of view unique. Now you have a quiet confidence that grows on its own and doesn't need validation from other people. It's not something that goes away when things change. It's something that stays the same. This confidence grows every time you decide not to go back. Every time you stood up for yourself. You carry it with you. And it makes you stronger without you having to think about it. This is the base on which you are building your future. They are learning things that they couldn't learn if you were there with them. They felt safe, at ease, and able to get to you when you were there. Now they can think, get some distance, and understand. Even though it's hard, this change is what leads to growth. You don't need to control or manage it. Things are going to happen on their own. You are also being reminded that the fact that someone didn't see your value doesn't make it less. What you gave was real. What you offered was real. It's still valuable even though it wasn't fully understood. Your silence doesn't mean you don't see that value. It keeps it safe. It means making sure you don't keep giving it to places that don't deserve it. An air of calm is starting to fill the space that used to feel tense. It might not be there all the time, but it is there and getting stronger over time. Peace like this doesn't come from other people. It comes from inside you. This is because of the decisions you've made, the limits you've set, and the clarity you've gained. You need to keep protecting it. They're realizing that your silence doesn't mean they need to fill a void. There is now a line between them. They can't approach it the same way they used to, because they understand it better now. As of now, there are no longer any old patterns that they can rely on. Everything around you has changed because of the way you've changed. This is what real growth looks like. If you step away, you're not being left behind. You are being led forward. You need to hold on to this when doubts start to show up. The path you're on might seem quiet, but it has a cause. It is pointing you towards something that fits with who you have become and how you have grown. It's not a loss. It's a change of direction. I'm with you all the way. Even when it seems like nothing is going on, there is still something going on. It is filled with my presence and my direction. You can hear what's important when it's this quiet. This is where you can clearly see what you need to do. This is where your strength comes from. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Did you know that this 7-second CIA ritual is a big deal? Lives all over the world are being changed by a brainwave technique that got out from the CIA. This 7-second method helps regular people get money, freedom, and comfort. It is based on neuroscience. You are very lucky to be seeing this because the page might go away soon. Before the secret is erased, click the link in the description and comments to find out what it is. Over time, they will continue to think about things, understand them better, and see things more clearly. But your journey doesn't depend on them realizing that. In spite of everything, you are moving forward, growing, and getting stronger. This is what makes you unique now. There's no need for you to wait for someone else to catch up. You are still going in the same direction. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.